Namoi CMA has been running a precision agriculture program which has seen trials run on 7 properties in the eastern part of the catchment. The aim of the trials has been to investigate possible production and environmental benefits of precision agriculture.
We crop about 2,000 hectares every year, all no-till farming these days. We first started collecting yield data back in 1995, and since then we've really had difficulty with the variations within our system.
Willow Tree mixed farmer James Arnott has used a precision agriculture trial run in conjunction with Namoi CMA to vary the amount of fertiliser he uses on grain crops on Berwick's, the 5,000 hectare property he manages.
We first bought our variable rate application gear back in 2000, but to this we've added EM surveys and some moisture probes as well. And the trial has also enabled us to get some data analysis done.
The aim of the trial was to apply nutrients to individual areas of the paddock that more closely relate to the productive capacity of the soil. Nitrogen was applied in a split format to allow for adjustment of the expected yield results based on variation in seasonal conditions.
We started to get to the stage where we weren't quite sure whether the variation was caused by something inherent in the soil profile or whether it was something that we were causing with our variable rate applications. And so this trial has enabled us to analyse that data further and go a bit deeper and trying to get some real results into what's going on here.
By using precision agriculture, landholders can maximise water use efficiency, maximise the dollar return for the input, maximise the nitrogen use efficiency across the paddock, and maximise the amount of stubble and ground cover for the next crop while maintaining grain yield.
The benefits of that are both economic in that we can reduce our overall fertiliser cost per hectare or get a more efficient return for that, but also that we don't have areas where we're over applying fertilisers and causing environmental problems in that regard, and making better use of the water that we've got stored in our profiles.
The trial began in June 2012 and focused on a 260 hectare paddock with gently sloping black soil. Although Mr Arnott had been using variable rate technology in his machinery for years, it was the first time he had attempted to quantify the actual benefit of a variable rate application.
What the grant has enabled us to do is to really get some extra analysis done, and particularly with the introduction of the soil moisture probes, look at where the rooting depths are in different profiles in the soil, and really enabled us to speed the show up. The paddock received a drenching at Christmas with more than 100 millimetres of rain. We could watch the refilling of the profile through the probes as the moisture fell. This data reinforced that when the profile is saturated, it really can't take any more water. It was fascinating just to see how much water was actually being taken into the ground, and when it started to run off, how much was obviously running off. Talk to people who have been involved, and certainly start by seeking advice.